Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of this 4-part mini series, I guess, on my top 5 favorite attractions and rides at Walt Disney World. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about my top 5 favorite rides or attractions at Animal Kingdom. So if this interests you, then keep on watching. Okay, so the stuff to do, most of the stuff at Animal Kingdom is either walking trails or like Broadway style shows, I guess. And there's a few rides mixed in, shows, movies, that kind of thing. So my number 5 on my list is It's Tough to Be a Bug. Now, there's a lot of people out there that don't necessarily like this one because it's like a 4D type show, which means like you've got your 3D glasses and there's like a 3D screen and you're watching a movie, but there's special effects thrown in. Like there's a bee that comes in at some point and it gives you like a little jolt to your back, like it stings you in the back type thing. I've never experienced it because I was always the type of person who like leaned forward. So if you're kind of afraid of the bee part, it gives you fair warning in advance. Like as soon as the bee comes out, I always sit forward because I never know exactly when it's coming. But I definitely recommend, like, if you're kind of like nervous, to just sit forward. Now there's other things like a stink bug, and they pump in like a stink bug smell. That's not pleasant. It's really not pleasant like at all. So I block my nose for that. And then at the end they say, please stay seated while our special guests leave the audience or leave the room or whatever, and it's like little bursts of air at your feet and it's like the lights go and like it looks like little bugs exiting. I don't know, I just love it. When I was a kid I was kind of like not necessarily a tomboy, but I enjoyed the grosser things in life, and I would kind of like collect caterpillars and pick up worms and that kind of thing, so it kind of brings me back to my childhood. Bugs and stuff kind of gross me out now, but you know, it's done in a cute Disney way, so I definitely recommend it. And your host is Flick, so it's a bug's life and stuff to be a bug. So that's my number 5 on my list. Now moving on to number 4. Okay, so number 4 on my list is Kilimanjaro Safaris. This is such a great thing to do. Like if you're going to Animal Kingdom, I definitely recommend checking this one out. The only thing is it's long. Like it's a long tour, I guess. I don't know what it would technically be, but you get into these like not vans. God, I'm blanking on. You get into a vehicle. And in the vehicle on top, there's like right above you, there's a list of all the different animals and stuff, and like what their names are and all that kind of stuff in the car. So like in the vehicle, it's not really a car, I guess. And as you're going, you can kind of look up there and then look at the animals. But the guy, your guide, explains which animals you're seeing, and they take time to stop and take photo ops, and they kind of give you like a little lesson, like, you know, you learn something on this. They tell you the different giraffe patterns, because there are 2. I'm blanking on what they are now. I know one's like a reticulated giraffe? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it takes you through the different like animal kingdoms and animal species and stuff like that. And there's lions and hippos and all kinds of fun stuff. And it's definitely worth checking out. I highly recommend bringing a zoom lens with you, because some of the animals are like off in the distance, kind of in the shade, because it can get pretty hot on the savannah, I guess, of like the area. So definitely bring your zoom lens. But one thing I do recommend is if you are gonna go do this, I highly recommend going in the morning. Because that's, I mean, they tell you there's no specific time of day when animals are roaming around, but I really think your best chance of seeing any animals is definitely first thing in the morning. Head for beeline there. I mean, if you want to stop and get a fast pass for your favorite ride or attraction, do that first and then head straight for Kilimanjaro Safaris. You will not be disappointed. Even if you're not a huge, like, exotic animal fan, it's definitely worth checking out. It's done in such a Disney magical way that it's definitely worth it, and definitely had to make it into my top 5 list. So number 3 is probably one of the best things besides my first top 2 at Animal Kingdom that you definitely have to do, and that's Festival of the Lion King. It's such a great show. I don't know, I haven't been to the new location because they moved it from Camp Mini Mickey to wherever it is now. Like I said, I haven't been since 2012, so a lot of stuff has changed. But you used to be in like this big open, I'm gonna go with arena. You're in like a tent. It's, you know, yeah, I guess kind of like a tented area. And floats come in and there's acrobats, dancers, singers, and you feel like you're taken into the story of the Lion King, and it's just amazing. It's magical. The kids love it. The kids actually get involved in it. They do kind of like a little conga line around the whole place, and it's really great. One thing for sure though is if you're staying for a long period of time at Disney and you're going to be doing a couple days at Animal Kingdom, check out the show twice, because we discovered that the show is kind of tweaked and it's different things are either added or like taken away from each show. So each show is a different experience. I don't know if they still do that, but when I went there the past few times, they definitely did that. Like it's not a huge change, but it's subtle enough. It's like subtle enough that you don't really notice it, but you notice it at the same time, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Anyway, so it definitely made it into my top 5. It's an amazing show. Definitely check it out if you're in the Animal Kingdom. Wrong park. Anyway, moving right along to number 2. Alright you guys, number 2 on my list is Expedition Everest. It's kind of a tie with that and number 1, but I don't know, it slid down to number 2 a little bit. I'll talk about why later. But Expedition Everest is just really great. When I went in 2012, that was actually the first time I rode it. But it's amazing. It's a really good ride. It's different. You go backwards in it. And like there's like a Yeti that kind of comes at you. But sometimes the Yeti doesn't work, I found out. Because the times that I rode it, because there's actually like a Yeti that's supposed to come out and like scream at you, I guess. I don't know. But I found out that rarely ever works. I didn't experience it when I was on the ride, but I think it was a YouTube video or like a link or something on Facebook. I don't remember where. And it showed a picture of the Yeti actually like working for once, or it was a video, like I said, I can't remember. But yeah, so if that ever happens to you, or if it has happened to you, let me know in the comments below. Because I'd like to know. I'd like to see pictures if you guys have any. I don't know if this is true or not, but I definitely didn't see that Yeti when I was on the ride when I was there. But things change. Disney's constantly changing, so I don't know. Anyway, that's my number 2. Alright you guys, number 1. Number 1, hands down, has always been and will always be Dinosaur. I don't know, this ride, it's the ride I always beeline to whenever we go to Animal Kingdom. It's the one that like screams Disney the most to me for some reason. I don't know, it's always been my favorite. I loved the movie Dinosaur, and I don't know, dinosaurs have always fascinated me. It's just been like kind of like a little pastime. I used to own like a dinosaur book kind of thing when I was little, and it kind of, explained the different dinosaurs and stuff like that. So again, it just brings me back to my childhood really, and I don't know, I like Seeger. He's kind of cool, and it's one of those rides that every time I ride it, I'm like, Disney, or I watch it on YouTube sometimes. I don't know, sometimes I have Disney withdrawals. I'm sure we all do. And I'll just go and I'll YouTube different Disney rides and videos and vlogs and stuff like that. And one I always find myself going back to all the time is Dinosaur. It's such a dark ride, but I don't know, even just hearing the track, like the soundtrack to the ride, just, I'm instantly like, if I close my eyes, I'm back in Disney. I'm back on the ride and whatever, and it's just, it's one of those rides that if I think of Disney, I think of Dinosaur and like Magic Kingdom and all that other stuff, but when I think of Disney, Dinosaur definitely comes into the mix. So there you have it, you guys, my top 5 favorite attractions and rides at Animal Kingdom. So there you have it, you guys, my top 5 favorites at Animal Kingdom. Feel free to leave a comment down below telling me which out of those 5 attractions and rides is your favorite, your number 1, or if any of those even made it into your top 5. Let me know what your number 1, what I'm getting at here is, let me know what your number 1 favorite ride or attraction at Animal Kingdom is in the comments below. And as always, if you want a little more Disney in your day, feel free to check out my Facebook page. Link is in the description in the box below. And stay tuned for my next video, which is, I think I'm gonna do Hollywood Studios next time. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, you guys, keep on Disney dreaming. Bye!